Last class we started with that intro part for transfer of property. Now related to that, right, like we discussed about conditions for valid transfer. So related to that we have same, like some provisions are similar, so we'll study that part. So next we have, so all these provisions, right, these were from section 54. Right now, section 54 has basically 4 different things: rights plus obligations, both for buyer plus seller. Everything is mentioned under one single section, section 55. Like there are different sub clauses if you look at the parent, but that's completely fine. You can simply mention section 55 provides for rights and obligations both for buyer and seller. So in the absence of a contract to the contrary, okay, the buyer and seller of immovable property are entitled to following rights and obligations. That means whatever rights and obligations are mentioned under section 55, these are like the very general or basic rights and obligations. Okay, in case buyer or seller wants to include some specific provisions, they can include that also. Right, so if they want to include some specific provisions, specific rights, liabilities and stuff, they can mention that in the did only. If they are not mentioning anything, it will be presumed that they are binding themselves under these obligations. Okay, then regarding rights, we just have 2 things. Rights of seller. So what is rights of seller? First of all, entitled to the rents, profits of the property till ownership thereof passes to the buyer. That means during the stage of contract of sale, till that stage also, seller only will be entitled to all the rent, benefit, interest, whatever is arising out of the property. Right? Once this process is completed, after that, buyer will be entitled to all those extra benefits, advantages and other stuff. Right? So until sale is completed, seller is having a right to enjoy those benefits, advantages, privileges and all. Secondly, where the ownership of property has passed to the buyer before payment of the whole of the purchase money. Before making the whole payment, only ownership was transferred to the other person. In such case, what happens is seller is entitled to a charge upon the property in the hands of buyer. Any transferee without consideration or any transferee with notice of non-payment for the amount of the purchase money, any part thereof remaining unpaid, or for interest on such amount or part from the date on which possession has been delivered. That means if the complete payment is not being made, then you can ask for, like, if there is any delay or anything, you can ask for interest also and other stuff. Okay, to a charge upon payment in the hands of the buyer, any transferee without consideration or any transferee with notice of non-payment for the amount of purchase money or any part thereof remaining unpaid, and for the interest of such part. Whatever you have not paid, basically, even though you have got the ownership, that does not mean you are free from all the obligations. Even after having ownership, you need to clear those payments. Whatever interest may be applicable, that also needs to be cleared. Okay, these are basically rights of seller. That seller will be entitled to enjoy all the benefits, advantages, privileges, interest until sale is finalized. And in case he is transferring ownership before this purchase money is paid, he will still be entitled to the remaining payment, interest, and other stuff. This is clear, right?
Yes, madam.
This is basically
a common thing.
Yeah, common.
Yeah.
I'll just make it bold. In case ownership is transferred, purchase money remaining unpaid, whatever is remaining unpaid. Yeah. So these are basically the things.